so I could probably cue the footage of how many times we drove by. Well, not this exact cabin, but a cabin like it on the way up here. And it was like every time we drove by, I was like, man, that would be freaking awesome to have as a base camp for hunting. So yeah, fortunately we pulled the trigger. It's nothing crazy, but it's perfect, exactly what you'd want for an off-grid camping shack. And I can actually run everything off of like a battery. So like the floodlights, all the outlets, everything, it runs off just the battery, which is phenomenal. But a little kitchenette in the front here, maybe a table with like cribbage and just kind of shoot the crap every day.
I think back to my dad's hunting stories, the ones he used to tell me when I was a kid, and they all centered around a hunting camp. A place where everyone could call home for a few days. This year, it was important for me to make progress in the land, but above all, it was to lay the foundation for a place that my kids eventually could come create the same memories.
You on top of the big hill? All right, so we're doing a couple things today. We're getting stands out into the public area, which every year I've talked about. We have this like public land right behind us, like 200 acres, but I've never really like dissected it the right way, and certainly never set it up for hunting for like a plan B. But the second thing on the agenda is we got a new toy to mess around with. Polaris reached out and was like, hey, we have something coming in 2024, 25. It's kind of a different machine. Like, could you see yourself using this? And on paper, like, I was like, yeah, I mean, that could be cool. But once we got it, thing's badass. It's a big boss. It's a 6x6, which I've never driven before. It's got a bed in the back of it, but it's gonna be perfect for like loading all this stuff up, grabbing harnesses, ladders, stands, cameras, everything we need to go into the public property, scout it out, make some marks on a hunt stand, and just have it as a backup plan in case we want to chase a deer over there or it isn't happening over here this fall. So we're gonna get in there, get in and out. This thing should be perfect for getting around. It's kind of small, yet again, it's got bedroom. And let's go dissect that public land. Crap. Yeah, that was kind of intense. When we first bought the property, it was like, oh, it's just public land here. And then like within the first few weeks that we bought it, started looking at it, they came in and just clear cut it, which if you think about it is actually kind of good. It'll keep maybe some people out because they think it's clear cut, it's no good for hunting for a couple years. And then the new growth is like perfect for deer. So we took this through, I mean, we baha'd with this dang thing. It's definitely bigger and sturdier and like just, it crawls, man, than any other sportsman I've ever had. So that's cool. But now we got to talk strategy. First things first, I'm gonna pull my phone. Everyone's got a hunting app these days. It seems like when they're with them. So I'm gonna make the hunt area, kind of dissect it. Because this was clear cut, like within the last, I don't know, year and a half, I'm gonna have to go through some like satellite imaging of like, monthly stuff of really see what's done, because I think the current map I have has complete woods. Some bedding area here, there's some water over here. So we just gotta start walking around and seeing what kind of deer sign we see. Alright, so I just did a quick lap around. This spot's actually really kind of cool. I don't know if it's not like there's an immediate deer sign right here. There's acorns everywhere and a couple trails. I looked over this corner along the private land, and there's just all kinds of low area for bedding. Predominantly north wind will go this way. So I can sneak in with an ATV or wheeler, walk alongside kind of the tamarack line there and the private line, and then come up in this one right here. And I think for rattling late season, got a nice area here for shooting lanes because you're on public property, so you can't cut down trees and stuff like that, right? Perfect oak tree. There's oak trees everywhere in this little spot. Looks good on paper, but we'll never know until we set something up and put a camera up. So let's get to going. I won't hunt this for like till late season, or at least when they're full rutting. And yeah, we have to bring a camera back as well. We'll do that. It's about to rain a little bit here, so we gotta take shelter in the cabin, but come back, get a camera out here and just let it sit and see what comes by. Gotta mark our trail on the way out because it's daylight. I can see exactly where I need to be walking, so I'm not walking through anything I shouldn't be. And we'll be good to go. right, so one of the things that is also on the docket today is a little less attractive, involves a little more sweat. Not nearly as fun as setting deer stands, but got a bunch of rock. I think we have enough. If we don't, we can always get more. I'm gonna load it up in here because it's got a bed and just drive it around and kind of dump it off and spread it out right where that rain line's coming down so we don't just get an eroded area there.
This might just be my opinion, but this 6x6 seems to hit a lot of boxes. We have ever-changing conditions here in the Midwest, and this machine seems to handle them all. The bed makes for easy loading of your gear, yet you feel like you have a minimal profile when you're going through the woods. I've enjoyed using it, and I'll continue using it as we prepare for the hunting season. We're all wrapped up. I'm sweaty, but we got a storm coming, so we're gonna get out of here. Next time we come back, we got a couple more things like steps and stuff we're doing for the cabin. Maybe put up another stand on the public land. But I mean, we're in the season right now. We could be hunting right now. We just don't have anything coming through. But that's why we're kind of keeping this 80 acres to itself, not going back there. And as soon as something comes up on camera that makes you want to go chase it and try and pattern it, we're gonna get after it. So, until next time, we're gonna get out of the rain and yeah, let's get out of here.